What motivated you to join this particular event?
Yeah, I mean, loads of motivations. It was a great cause, an opportunity to do London to Paris on such a well-organised event, well publicised, for such a great cause wasn't hard to persuade me. So Andy, company owner, participated last year, yeah, as a cyclist myself, it didn't take much to persuade me to get involved.
How did you prepare physically and mentally for the ride?
Yeah, well, I cycle a lot, so I commute 4 or 5 days a week, or certainly cycle as much as I can. And if I'm not at home or at work, I'm quite often on the bike. So I was ready to go, really. Yeah, there's always in the back of the mind you want to be the boss in something like this. So I didn't need much drive to get the training sorted.
Did you face any significant challenges during your training? How did you overcome them?
I wouldn't say there are any significant challenges throughout the training. Naturally, with something like this, you have to ride your bike a lot, so your bike takes a bit of a hammering, as does the body. The most significant challenges is getting the time. We all lead busy lives, friends, family, work, other hobbies and other commitments. They're the main things, and juggling all of that, arguably that's the biggest challenge.
What was the most memorable moment for you during the ride?
Most memorable moment, 2 or 3 if I had to pick. Riding around the Arc de Triomphe with a motorcade, with a few hundred other cyclists, all wearing matching kit, all having achieved the same thing, all there for the same cause. That's quite a special experience, and not one I'd probably expect to ever do again. And then also the first few moments of the first day, where we all sat with everyone in the entire event and actually listened to some of the stories of the families that unfortunately have children with the disease, and they're the main reason that we're there, and actually hearing them was such a key motivation into getting through the 2 days.
How did the support from the Duchenne Dash community and organisers impact your experience?
I mean, there's not enough words, really. I've been cycling for as long as I can remember, since I was a little kid, and I've done hundreds of organised events, but this by far outperforms anything I've done, whether it's the volunteers, the organisers, the other riders themselves, the ride captains. All you have to think about on the Duchenne Dash is getting from A to B and putting one foot in front of the other. Everything from your food, your mechanics, your stops, your routing, everything is thought out for you. And it really is the best supported cycling event I've ever done. Yeah, that goes to everyone that's involved, and having completed it a few weeks back, I can't thank them enough for the experience.
Did you form any new friendships or connections during the event?
I mean, yeah, that's one of the best things about the event, really. Everyone that you're riding with, and you chop and change as you ride in the peloton all throughout the day. Every single person that you're next to or you speak to on a feed stop, without being too corny, they're all friends, really. Everyone's opening, everyone's welcome, everyone's really willing to share who they are and why they're there and the reasons that they're there as well. So yeah, I think again it's testament to the organisers. The event itself brings the best out in everybody, and that's yeah, easy to make friends that way.
Can you share a moment where you felt particularly supported or encouraged by others?
The encouragement was from start to finish. Yeah, there wasn't a moment where I didn't feel encouraged. There's a particular high point from one of the lead organiser, Emily, whose son unfortunately has got Duchenne. She was on the back of a moped as we were riding into Paris, and we're at the end of a 11-12 hour day, and she's on the back with a foghorn screaming. We'll call it encouragement at all of our cyclists as we rode in, and yeah, that was a nice experience, and got some good photos. So yeah, she really gave us that last little push.
How has participating in the Duchenne Dash changed your perspective on Duchenne muscular dystrophy?
So I'll be honest, before I knew about the ride, I didn't know too much about the disease. I know a lot about it now, and that is exactly what the event's for. So now I think through Andy and I taking part of the event, us as a company are more aware of the disease and the struggles that it can cause within a family environment must be really, really difficult. So just us doing our small part for the charity counts for a lot for us, and hopefully that goes a long way to helping people out who unfortunately have to suffer through the disease.
Would you participate in the Duchenne Dash again in the future?
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I would highly recommend anyone to take part in the Duchenne Dash next year and hopefully for the rest of the time. It's an amazing event, it's an amazing cause. The organisers and the volunteers and the ride captains are also passionate about the project. And from hearing the stories of the families, it is really making a difference. And I think through us doing our small part, raising whatever we can, if it's money, awareness, whatever, that is the main reason to take part in the Duchenne Dash. And every little bit, you can really tell does make a difference to these families' lives.
Can you describe your overall experience participating in the Duchenne Dash?
Overall, as I've said, it's the best cycling event, most well organised event that I've ever had the pleasure of being a part of. The cause is so worthwhile, the organisers take such good care of you, and at the end of the day, all you've got to do is get from A to B, which is quite far apart, and it is a long old time on the bike, but nothing that we do over those 2 days can be as hard as what the families have to get through. So us helping throughout that short period and hopefully raising awareness, like I've said, is enough to get more people involved. So I would participate again, and I hope that everyone participates in years to come.